following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Let's head up to the broadcast booth for the pregame show right now on Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome. We're live here at Dayton Blue Field at Fitzgerald Stadium here in Rapid City under a bright, sunshiny sky. 63 degrees right now, 64, maybe up into the 67, 68 range by the time the game finishes up here, but not a bad temperature for early here on in this morning, in this early morning hour here as we get ready for first pitch, probably a couple minutes ahead of scheduled time of 9 o'clock Mountain Time, 10 o'clock Central, and for our friends watching from North Carolina, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. So, but local time, it is 8:51 right now, and it certainly appears that we'll get this game started a little bit sooner than expected, which is absolutely no problem for me. I am 100% okay with that. So let's go over your starting lineups here really quick. For the Post 400 Stars, they'll be the visitors on the scoreboard, batting first. Top the order, 1, 2, and 3. Second baseman, Matt Bryant. Center fielder, Oliver Luck. Shortstop, Easton Rarick. Middle of the order at 4, 5, and 6. Catcher, Hayden Cressen. Right fielder, Chayton Sen. Designated hitter, Drew Rarick. And the bottom of the order at 7, 8, 9. Left fielder, Caden Graff. Third baseman, Eli Mock. And Jackson Byswinger, the first baseman. Not batting, and your starting pitcher for the Stars today is Jake Jarashevsky. Make a couple quick adjustments here and the first pitch will come across for ball number 1, and it comes across at 8:52 a.m. Once again, Matt Bryant, the batter. On the mound is Jacob Herr for the Miles City Outlaws. And then Eli Marina is behind the plate catching. Here's the next pitch on the 1-0 delivery, and it is going to be in for a strike, and I'll even up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike here. There we go. Now that's, I knew there was something not right with the audio there, but we got it fixed now. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on, and that one's hit towards the first baseman. And he will get him out, and that's out number 1. So it's a direct ground out for Matt Bryant to first. And that'll bring up Oliver Luck, the center fielder. We'll go around the bases here for Miles City here right after this pitch. And it comes in for a strike, 0-1 to Oliver Luck. Around the bases, Kenny Kachinka at first. Chandler Smith second. Alex Herr, the shortstop. Aiden Price over at third. The outfield here after the 0-1 here from Jacob Herr, who's on the mound. Once again, Eli Marina behind the plate catching. That one's up high to even up the count of the ball on a strike. In the outfield, Aaron Fenner in left. Ray Shaver in right, and Damon Petroff in center field for the Miles City Outlaws. I did not get a win-loss record for Miles City, but the Stars come into this contest 16 wins, 4 losses on the season. 2 balls and a strike now here to Oliver Luck. On deck is Easton Rarick. Jacob Herr will wind and deliver, and that one's going to be hit too, popped up into the glove of the Alex Herr, the shortstop, and that's going to be out number 2. The sun got in my way there. I couldn't quite see where that ball was going. Hopefully we can make some visual adjustments on that one here. So 2 away, Easton Rarick, the batter now. Rarick will take the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. 2 minutes into the ball game. Want to say thanks to Eric Tianson for helping me out with the game in Brookings yesterday, and he'll be absent from our Rapid City trip, as that one's fouled away for a strike, due to our coverage of Dakota Fusion Soccer back home coming up on Saturday. Stars have today, Friday, and Saturday for sure, and then depending on how they do in those 3 days, they may or may not have a game on Sunday. If they do, we'll have it for you here on Magnitude Sports. That pitch will just miss for a ball, and the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike now. Check that, 1 ball, 2 strikes, my apologies. 1-2, and that one's ripped foul, popped up third base side, out of play, and there'll remain a 2-strike count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away now. 3 minutes into the ball game. Jacob Herr on the mound for Miles City has tossed 10 pitches. 7 of those 10 have found the strike zone. What's going to strike is anything that's not a ball. Hit, home run, fouled away pitch, swing and a miss, they're all a strike. And this one, a 1 bouncer right back to Herr. He'll fire it over to Kachinka. It's a 1-2-3 inning here for the Stars as they will take care of business here in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll take a timeout and we'll return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You may already know that at Clothes Mentor, you can shop great designer brands without the full designer price, and that you can bring your gently used items into Clothes Mentor and sell them for cash on the spot. Here's something else you should know. Buying and selling at Clothes Mentor aids in water preservation, reduces chemical pollution, decreases landfill waste, boosts your local community. That's right, it's resale, and it's better than retail. Be green and kind to the environment by selling your clothing and buying sustainable fashion for yourself.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome back. Jacob, hang on here. Forgot to record my last out here. All right, it's Jake Jereshevsky on the mound. Yes, I knew it was one of the 2 Jakes on the team. Hayden Cressen behind the plate catching here for the Stars. And around the bases, Jackson Beiswinger at first, Matt Bryant second, Easton Rarick at short, Eli Mock at third, Caden Graff in left field, Chayton Sen in right field, Oliver Luck straightaway center. And Jake Jereshevsky will see his first batter, and it's going to be Ray Shaver for Miles City, and Shaver will foul it away for a strike, and it's 0-1. No runs, no hits, no errors, and the top of the first there for the Stars, and Stars will try and duplicate that defensive performance here in the home half of the first. Swing and a miss for a strike. It's 0-2 here to Ray Shaver. We'll also see Trey Auberry, he's on deck, and Chandler Smith for sure. Batters 1, 2, and 3 in the Miles City lineup. Here at Dave Plouffe Field at Fitzgerald Stadium in Rapid City, South Dakota. Last time we were here, the game ended in, I think it was 3 or 4 innings due to a thunderstorm. And then the next game was canceled due to a blizzard. So right now we're under sunny and 63 degrees, and I don't think there's going to be any threat of a blizzard. We might have thunderstorm threats, but not a blizzard threat. Drop third strike, and they'll toss it up for the out. So Shaver's down on a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout. That puts one away here. 2-3 throw out on the drop third strike from catcher to first, and Trey Auberry with one of the higher numbers in I can remember on a jersey for a baseball player in my 5 or 6 years. Whereas jersey number 86, usually that's a tight end for football or a wide receiver potentially. And back-to-back strikes tossed by Jaroszewski, 0-2. Of course, the Stars played in a 10-inning thriller that went 0-0 through the first 7 innings of play. Stars got 3 in the top of the 8th. And this will be another drop third strike, and that will be out number 2. So he gets credit for 2 Buffalo Wild Wings strikeouts now. And Chandler Smith will try his luck here against Jake Jaroszewski. And that one is a little bit low. And prior to that pitch, he had tossed 6 pitches, all of them strikes. Now he has 1 ball, 6 strikes on 7 pitches for Jaroszewski. Can't complain about that one as long as it stays in that pattern there. And I may have just jinxed him as now he's delivered 2 straight balls on 2 straight pitches. 8 minutes into the ball game, he's now tossed 8 pitches. Here's pitch number 9 on the 2-0 count and the swing. And that one is gonna not get by Easton Rarick. He will pick it up, fire it over, but Byswinger cannot pick it up. And that'll be an error charge to the first baseman. He'll reach base.
Up next from Ross City, number 19, Hayden Cressen.
Hayden Price steps up to the plate now with a runner on. And he'll deliver a strike there to Price, 0-1. Ten pitches now, 8 strikes, 2 balls for Jaroszewski. He'll set, stare down the runner at first, deliver the 0-1, swing, tapped it foul. Runner will take off and get credit for the steal. He'll go into the books as strike 2 on the fouled away pitch. Birds chirping in the background here on this sunny day in Rapid City. Here's the wind of the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that will take care of business here in the first inning of play. They leave 1 stranded on base on the Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout by Jake Jaroszewski. Got 3 of them on 4 batters. And we move now to the second inning of play as it remains scoreless here between the Stars and the Outlaws. We'll be back in a moment here after this break on Magnitude Sports.
Signorama of Fargo is the trusted, preferred signage vendor of NDSU athletics. The global leader in the sign and graphic industry, Signorama is the way to grow your business. Competitive prices, free consultations and estimates, signage solutions that fit your budget. Signorama is locally owned and committed to community support. Trusted by the Bison, be a championship business with Signorama. Call or go online at sarvalley.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
All right, one error charged and one left on base for the Outlaws, but otherwise no runs, no hits for either team, and it'll be Hayden Cressen who'll step up to the plate first here for the Stars here in the top half of the second. He does have one home run, and it took place in the state of South Dakota against Watertown when he would bomb at 340 feet to over the right field fence. And now he'll step up and try and continue his home run luck here in the one state south from his home state. We'll also see Chayton Sen and Drew Rarick. It's the middle of the order batters 4, 5, and 6 for the Post 400 Stars here. And Jacob Herr on the mound will toss pitch number 12 to start the inning. Game for you tomorrow at 2 o'clock Mountain Time, 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern. Pitch comes across for a strike, and that will be the Post 400 Stars versus Bellevue East, a team out of Nebraska, right here at Dave Plouffe Field tomorrow at 2 o'clock live on Magnitude Sports. That's 2 o'clock Mountain Time. That pitch will miss for a ball. 1-1 the count now here to Hayden Cressen. Once again, Chayton Sen on deck. We'll see Drew Rarick for sure this inning. As it's 63, but that sun's shining right into the press box here, and hopefully our equipment doesn't get too hot. There's a strike toss there by Herr. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count now. And that one will miss for a ball, and they'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5 balls, 10 strikes on 15 pitches for Herr. 13 minutes into the ball game. And Cressen right back to Herr, and he'll turn around and fire it over into the glove of Kachinka, and that'll be good for a out number 1. So Cressen grounds out on a 1-3. And it brings up Chayton Sen. That pitch will miss for a ball, 1-0. Chayton Sen, when he gets his hits, they usually go on to left field, according to his spray chart. And here's the 1-0 pitch, and that one's just going to be right down the middle. Right below the elbows for strike 1. Swing and a miss for Sen, and that's strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on the swing and a miss. 1 away, no runners on, and it's been a similar theme so far through an inning and a half, or an inning and 1/3, I should say. Oh, and that one, I believe it hit him. It might have grazed him on his right shoulder, and he will walk up to first base via hit by a pitch. And Drew Rarick. Talked about Hayden Cressen a little bit ago. Hey, Drew Rarick's the only other star to hit a home run this season. It happened against Okobojoji, I think is how you say it, in a game in Iowa where he drilled it, a high lofting goodbye ball to center field. And when I say goodbye, I mean it, because just on the outside of the center field fence there in Spencer, Iowa, actually I think it was like an outside suburb of Spencer, Iowa, was a downhill canyon almost. So anybody who retrieved that ball definitely earned their $5 paycheck. At least they better have paid $5 for that one. Fouls it off, and it'll be no balls and a strike. On deck is Caden Graff after Rarick. Nothing in 1, runner on, 1 out, and they will try and pick him off, but the runner's back in time. See if I can get both bases on camera here. Yes, I can. So 3 throws on the at-bat, but only 1 pitch to Rarick. The other 2 are pickoff attempts, and there's a 3rd pickoff attempt, and Chayton Sen's back in time. So they're really keeping their eye on Chayton Sen, while Rarick gets to settle in and relax in the batter's box. 0-1. As Herr stares down Sen again, nods a couple of occasions, delivers the pitch. Sen takes off, and that one's hit. And that one's shallow center field, and the shortstop, Alex Herr, makes the grab for the out, and it's 2 away. So backtracking to first, Chayton Sen, and here's it'll be Caden Graff now to try and get the offense clicking here for post 400 in this early morning game here after a 10-inning game last night in Brookings. That went in favor of the Stars by the final score of 6-4 to push them to 16-4 on the season. A game that went 0-0 through 7. 3-0 Stars after 8 in the bottom of the 9th. The Brookings Bandits would tie it up at 3-3. Stars would get 3 more in the top of the 10th in their first round of bonus baseball, and then the Bandits could only get 1 in the bottom of the 10th, and the final score would be 6-4 in favor of the Stars. And then they travel here and wake up at 7 a.m. as that's a wild throw over to first that will allow Chayton Sen to get the second. So, believe it or not, it's still 0-1 here to Caden Graff. That pitch comes in low, and it's ball 1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Caden Graff. And a runner in scoring position here. No hits in the game yet. 1 error. Well, I have them for an error per team, but that one's fouled off right towards the Outlaws dugout. Good for strike number 2. So now Jacob Herr a little bit ahead on the count here on Caden Graff. And we'll see if he can get a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout on Graff. I'll leave that runner stranded if he does. He'll glance at second on a couple of occasions. Now Herr winds and delivers. And this one is a bouncing ball towards short. Picked up on the hop and safe at first. And that will advance Graff over to third. Puts runners on the corners here for the Stars, and they are in business with Eli Mock stepping up to the plate. He'll run it out on an infield single. And now you possibly look for that double steal with Caden Graff taken off, and if he commits to the throw, that would potentially bring Chayton Sen home to put the first run of the game on the board, but instead they'll try and pick off Graff at first. It's 2 away with 2 runners on. First and third on the corners for the Stars, looking to strike first. And they've been really trying to take care of those runners on first base. Trying to pick off Chayton Sen on 4 or 5 occasions before he moved over to third, and now already the second attempt here on Caden Graff at first. Now he'll wind and deliver the first pitch to Eli Mock. Comes in for a strike. Nice pitch there by Jacob Herr. 0-1 the count. And now they'll try and pick off Caden Graff again. That's another thing they got to be careful too, because if that throw gets by the first baseman on the pickoff attempt, Chayton Sen will come home and score. Herr will deliver, and that one is hit into left field, but it's foul. Third baseman trying to snag it out of the air. And Miles City getting a little bit of a lucky break on that one. So now it's no balls and 2 strikes with 2 out and 2 runners on. On deck is Jackson Byswinger if Eli Mott can reach base. Here's the windup in the 0-2. Swung on, and that one's hit deep to center field. And getting underneath it on the run, making the catch is Petroff, and that will take care of business. They'll strand 2 on base as we go now to the middle of the 2nd inning. We'll take a timeout. See the Outlaws come up to bat when we return after the break here on Magnitude Sports.
Do you have a teen ready for driving lessons? Don't know what they need to do or when things need to be done? If busyness keeps you from driving with them, then Gotta Go Driving School is the place to call. Jeff Weber at Gotta Go Driving School has been teaching driving lessons to all age groups since 1991. Call Jeff at Gotta Go Driving, 238-0236. Jeff will tell you to start planning ahead now. Don't wait. Got a new driver? Then it's Gotta Go Driving School. Talk to Jeff or go online at gottagodrivingschool.com.
All right, welcome back. Stars get an infield hit in the top of the 2nd. And now we move to the bottom of the 2nd here, and at the plate is Eli Marino, the catcher. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Kenny Kachinka, I believe is how you say it, and Alex Herr. I did ask, and I was told 2 different pronunciations, so. And that one is going to be hit up right field, and getting underneath it there is Sen, and he will make the grab for out number 1.
Fly out brings up number 44, Hayden Cressen.
With nobody on base, we can zoom in a little bit for you here. So Marino, the catcher, flies out to right fielder Chayton Sen. And that brings up Kenny Kachinka. Ball 1 to Kachinka. Yeah, if Eric Tianson was here, I would ask him, what do you think of this game so far? And he'd be like, man, this seems a lot like the game we did yesterday. A lot of defense, a lot of flyouts, a lot of groundouts, a lot of strikeouts. And nothing clicking with the bat so far, except until now. That one will be a grounder out into right field. It's good for a single and the first base hit of the game here for Miles City. So a runner on with 1 out as Kachinka will chink it out into right field. No pun intended. Well, maybe it was a little bit of a pun, but it'll be Alex Herr stepping up to the plate now. And now Miles City might have something brewing here. We'll find out. 25 minutes into the ball game here in the bottom of the 2nd. Game got started a little bit early at 8:52 a.m. Scheduled for 9 o'clock. Now we're at 9:18 local time. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Alex Herr. He was showing bunt, pulls the bunt back as the pitch goes up high and out for a ball. And Cressen pops up quickly to make sure Kachinka stays on first base. Two and all. Jaroszewski got all 3 batters in the bottom of the 1st out on Buffalo Wild Wings strikeouts. And now it's 3-0 as Cressen will take a trot up to the mound and have a quick few words of encouragement here for Jake Jaroszewski. Three and all on deck is Aaron Fenner, Her and Fenner representing batters 7 and 8 in the lineup here for the Miles City Outlaws. And there's a strike. And whatever Cressen said to Jaroszewski, it worked on that pitch. 3-1. Jaroszewski will look at Kachinka on first and deliver the pitch, and he'll walk him. Runners on first and second now with the walk, and that brings up Aaron Fenner.
Number 4, Aaron Fenner.
And this one fouled off. Ricocheted off the netting and into the Stars dugout. This is pitch 23 for Jaroszewski. Looks at Kachinka on second. Wines delivers the 0-1 up high. Now we're even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stars left a total of, I believe it was 5 or 6 on base yesterday, while their opponent Brookings left 8 on base. As of right now, the Stars have left 2 on base, Miles City 1 on base, and they have 2 on here with 1 out. 2 balls and a strike now here to Aaron Fenner. Damon Petroff is the batter on deck here for Miles City if a double play does not occur. And he tried to check his swing, but it didn't matter. It was a strike regardless. And that's 2-2. Let's see if Jaroszewski can get that second out here on the 2-2 count. And he does. He'll deliver the Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for out number 2. Damon Petroff is the batter now. 2 out, 2 on. Kachinka on second, Alex Herr on first. Once again, the batter is Petroff, and the first pitch is in for a strike. And he's delivered 4 strikes in a row now, for Jaroszewski has. Check that, 3 strikes in a row. Showing bunt, and he missed on the bunt. It's going to go into the books as a strike, and the runners will advance on the pitch into the backstop. And had he not gone for the bunt, it'd be 1-1 with runners on second and third instead of 0-2 with runners on second and third and 2 out. So big pitch coming up here for Jaroszewski. Just missed it. He tried to paint the corner and he just got a little bit outside on that one. 1-2. Not a bad pitch. You got a couple pitches to work with. See if you can get your batter to chase for that 3rd strike, and I think that's what he was trying to do there. And this one, he tried to the exact same pitch, and now the pitch is at the counts at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runners on. You got 2s across the board here for Miles City. Jaroszewski winds up, 2-2 on the way, and got him. Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout will take care of business here in the bottom of the second. They'll strand 2 runners on base, and we'll have 2 complete now in a scoreless game. A hit for each team, an error for each team. 3 left, 2 more left on base for the Outlaws for a total of 3. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
The Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota is the place for you and your friends to come and enjoy cold drinks, great food, and sports all under a friendly and fun atmosphere. Whether it's the Vikings, Twins, Wild, NDSU Bison, or one of your favorite teams, watch all the games at the Knickerbocker. Open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., and Sunday, 12 noon to 2 a.m. You can find the Knickerbocker at 412 Main Avenue in Hickson, just a 10-minute drive south of Fargo. Take University Drive, head south until you arrive. All right, 2 complete here at Dave Booth Field here in Rapid City, South Dakota. It'll be batters 9-1-2, Jackson Byswinger, Matt Bryan, Oliver Locke for the Post 400 Stars. And Jacob Herr will toss pitch number 30 to start the 3rd inning of play. So he's averaging about 15 pitches per inning right now, and it's maybe a little bit high. Coaches probably want to see that a little bit lower and see if they can keep him in for at least 6 of the 7 innings. Once again, it is a scheduled 7-inning game. And stepping up to the plate is Jackson Byswinger. Hit a grand slam to left field in the Game 2 of the home series opener against the Bismarck Governors last year. And I believe it's either his only or one of 2 home runs. I have to pull it up from memory on that one. Put the strike in there to even up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, after Byswinger, we'll move to the top of the order here as the Stars look to break the goose egg on the scoreboard. That one hit up high, going to right field. And I don't know if our camera can get over there. It cannot. The window ledge is just out of the way. And he did make the catch, so that'll be an out. Byswinger fouls out deep to right in foul territory. Now bring up the top of the order, Matt Bryant. And Bryant looked like I don't know if he tried to bunt that and it just went skyrocketing up into the sky. Maybe it was a check swing. I'm not exactly sure what he was trying to do there. Kind of looked like a bunt, but. And that one will bounce into the turf for ball 1. Time of the broadcast, including pregame show, 40 minutes. We've been, time of the game, 34 minutes so far. 1 ball, 1 strike to Matt Bryan, 0 for 1, grounded out. And this time he will get a single. It's going to go to center field, and that is a base hit for Matt Bryant. So he's now 1 for 2 with the ground out and his single to center. So a single to shallow center brings up Oliver Locke. Popped out to the shortstop, Alex Herr, last time he was at the plate. He's 0 for 1 as a result. And now they'll try the pickoff attempt once again, and that ball got a little bit loose. Bryant was back in time regardless. As the sun starts to dip behind some clouds, there's very little clouds, but the sun found the little bit of clouds that are up in the sky, and I'm very thankful for that because it was shining right down on me. A little bit toasty. Got the strike in there. That's 0-1 to Oliver Locke. So a 3-hitter going on right now. Another pickoff attempt on Matt Bryant. Pitch, and that one right to the first baseman. He'll throw it up to second, and they'll take care of the lead runner, Matt Bryant, for out number 2. Oliver Locke will reach on a fielder's choice.
Number 2, Easton Rarick.
So runner remains on first, and it'll be Easton Rarick grounded out. I think I recorded that wrong. I think it was a pop out, actually. You know, Herr has 37 pitches. And with all the pickoff attempts at first, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if his throw count is reaching 50. Those can really extend a game, too, especially if you don't pick off the runner. Now the runner goes, and it's not going to be taken, it's not going to be blocked and gloved successfully by Marina, and that will allow Oliver Locke to take second on the steal. Pitch comes in for a ball. It's 1-0. Sorry, our camera person's a little off the mark right now. We apologize for that. Happens once every, who knows, not very often. One ball and one strike. And that one is hit to right field. That one's going deep, and that one is going over the wall. It's gone. It's a 2-run homer for Easton Rarick. And the Stars strike first. It's 2-0. Two-run right field homer for Easton Rarick. That's the third star to hit a home run this season. Took 39 minutes for the first 2 runs to score. And now the second of 3 stars to hit a home run this season is at the plate. And he's facing a 2-balls, no strike count. He grounded out right back to the pitcher on a 1-3 last time he was at the plate. 2-0. Make a little bit of an adjustment on our camera here to see if we can't get down to right field next time a play goes to right field. He got a little bit of a piece of that one, and it's going to be fouled away for strike 2, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now for Hayden Cressen. Chayton set on deck. Runner base is cleared with a 2-run homer by Easton Rarick. Buffalo Wild Wings home run. And now Cressen is all alone. Swing and a miss, and that'll take care of the inning. The Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout will end the top half of the third, but the Stars get on the board with a 2-run home run to right field for Easton Rarick. And now Jake Jaroszewski will face the top of the order. It's Shaver, Auberry, and Smith. Duot for the Outlaws, and Jaroszewski with pitch 31 when we return from the break here on Magnitude.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports. While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, it's a 2-0 lead thanks to Easton Rarick's 2-run home run to right field. And that's been the only scoring so far. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 Outlaws error. So far, the Stars have left 2 on base. The Outlaws have left 3 on base. And this is Ray Shaver, 0 for 1, thrown out on a drop third strikeout by Jake Jaroszewski. And now he takes strike 1 here.
Number 5, Ray Shaver.
Trey Auberry's on deck, and I believe he was also thrown out on a drop third strike. As that one will pop into the dirt, ball 1, evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Last time the top of the order was up for the Outlaws, Jaroszewski sent him down 1-2-3 on back-to-back-to-back Buffalo Wild Wings strikeouts. And that one just a little bit high. It was down the middle, but it was a little bit high, and it's ball 2. Jaroszewski winds from the stretch, throws, and delivers another ball. It's 3-1. And now it's apparently one of those previous balls were called a strike, and I didn't see the strike signal, so it's 3-2. And now swing and miss, and it'll be a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout. So once again, Shaver goes down on a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for the 2nd time in this game. And Trey Auberry, and I was correct, his stats pull up, he was thrown out on a drop third strike, and we'll see what happens this time around as the Outlaws get to batter number 2 in their lineup for the 2nd time, down 2-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. There's a strike from Jaroszewski, 0-1. And he'll get a piece of that one, foul it back for strike 2. See a little flickering. That's because the video cable's getting hot from being in the sun. I'm going to try and fix that here between the 3rd and 4th inning, so please bear with me on that. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, no runners on. Got the first batter out on a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout and gets the 2nd batter out on a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout. And that's 2 outs now. Chandler Smith reached base on an error. And then it was actually Hayden Price, who's on deck now, who struck out. So my apologies, I said that wrong earlier. I said the last time the top of the order was up, it went down 1-2-3. It was actually 1-2 error 3 is what it was. 2 balls, no strikes now here to Chandler Smith. Hayden Price is on deck. Jaroszewski will pitch 44 coming up here. There's the 2-0 delivery. Swung on a line drive, and that's gloved by Eli Mock at third. He'll fire it over into the glove of Jackson Beiswinger for the 5-3 ground down. That ends the third inning of play. The Stars with a star-dazzling play to end the third inning, and they're up 2-0. Heading into the top of the fourth with a 2-0 lead here on Magnitude. Be right back. Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You may already know that at Clothes Mentor, you can shop great designer brands without the full designer price, and that you can bring your gently used items into Clothes Mentor and sell them for cash on the spot. Here's something else you should know. Buying and selling at Clothes Mentor aids in water preservation, reduces chemical pollution, decreases landfill waste, boosts your local community. That's right, it's resale, and it's better than retail. Be green and kind to the environment by selling your clothing and buying sustainable fashion for yourself.
All right, 3 complete here at Dave Bluth Field at Fitzgerald Stadium in Rapid City. It's batters 5, 6, and 7. Chayton Sen, Drew Rarick, Caden Graff due up for the Stars. We started this game at 63 degrees and now up to sunny and 65 here. We'll remain in the mid-60s, possibly 67, 68 by the time the game comes to an end today. Looks like we should have clear skies all the way until about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning when there's currently a chance for some rain in the Rapid City area here. Back to action now. Chayton Sen steps up to the pitch. He's 0 for 0. He was hit by a pitch last time he was at the plate. Hit in the right shoulder area, approximately. Earned him a free trip to first. And he'll take this pitch low for ball 1. And that is now 46 pitches in 48 minutes for Jacob Herr. 32 strikes, 14 balls, according to my numbers. Unofficially, I don't keep track of pickoff attempts, but his throw count has got to be right around that 60 area now with all the pickoff attempts that he's attempted in this game. Swing and a miss by Sen will even the count at 1-1. Nobody out, nobody on in the 1-1 windup from Jacob Herr in the delivery, and that one's going to be popped up, and that one will be fouled away out of play down the first base side for strike number 2.
Foul ball, with 7-10.
And that one's fouled off third base side. 2 hops into the Outlaws dugout and remain 1-2. On deck is Drew Rarick, brother of Easton, who hit the 2-run homer to make our score what it is right now. And that one's going to be popped up first base side, and he lost it in the sun, and Chayton Sen, we'll see if they record that. No, they're going to record it as a hit or an error. Let's see what they charge it as.
Off the bat, number 10, Drew Rarick.
They will charge it as an error, so. Now both teams have an error per team. One ball, one strike now here to Drew Rarick. Chayton Sen. That sun is nearing the southeastern part of the sky now. which is a relief for our equipment, but a big problem for anybody playing first base right field right now. And you saw that problem in that last play. Runner goes, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's fouled back here by Drew Eric, and now the runner will have to backtrack all the way to first. Chayton Senna made it all the way to second, and now he has to trot all the way back to first. You could potentially say that it would have been better for Eric to swing and miss, because then he would have been allowed to stay in second. But since he fouled it away, he has to go back to first, and now they'll try and pick him off again. And the only thing that benefits is the Outlaws by putting another strike on the board. They could not trade the strike for the advanced runner on that occasion. 1 ball, 2 strikes now as Jacob Herr will wind up for pitch 54. And that one will miss for a ball. It's 2-2. And the 2-2. Runner goes. The throw up to second will not be in time, and Chayton Sen will steal second base.
Up the bat, number 11, Hayden Cressen.
It'll also result in a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout, and that will bring up Caden Graff. 1 for 1 with an infield single on a 2-hopper towards short. And it was deep enough at the shortstop position where he was able to run out the play at first. Take a strike there, it's 0-1. Eli Mock on deck. And this one is hit towards the shortstop, a grounder. He looks at third, now fires it over to first. It's off the bag, and it's safe. And once again, the Stars have runners on the corners on first and third. And they'll charge that as an error.
Up the bat, number 15, Eli Mock.
Eli Mock representing batter number 8 in the lineup here with 1 away. If no double plays occur, we'll see Jackson Byswinger for sure. Possibly Matt Bryant. Swing it over to the top of the order for the 3rd time. Caden Graff on first there, looking for a leadoff and a potential double steal. Even if they did get him out at second, the run would likely score unless they have some powerful arms between home and second and get it back home. So look for that possibility, and that's potentially why they're looking for that double steal there. As Herr fires it over to Kachinka, and then Kachinka across the diamond to Aiden Price over at third to try and make sure the runners stay put. And it worked that time. It remains 0-1 here to Eli Mock. And that one will miss for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Eli Mock. Pitch number 60 for Jacob Herr coming up right now. Or eventually, depending on if he makes another pickoff attempt here, and he does. But not much of a lead off there, and an easy get back for Caden Graff. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Eli Mock. Once again, Chayton Sen, the runner on third. Caden Graff, the runner on first. On deck is Jackson Byswinger and Eli Mock with a 1-1 count. And the 1-1 delivery. Runner goes, and he will let him have the free steal. Now prevent Chayton Sen from coming in. And now 2 runners in scoring position with the stolen base by Caden Graff. And a base hit could really crack this one open here. Especially with 1 away. We're 55 minutes into the ball game now. We'll see if Mock can get that base hit. Here's the pitch. Swing on, hits deep. Left field, going deep to the wall, and it is off the Johnson Island roll banner. 2 runs will score, and it is a 2-run RBI double for Eli Mock. And that makes it 4-0 now in favor of the Post 400 Stars. Jackson Beiswinger, the runner on now. Runners on second only. .325 down the left field line and .330 down the right field line. .393 straightaway center. It had to be a good .370. That one lined to the left field. It's good for a base hit. Rounding third is Eli Mock. He will score, and it's now 5-0. And the throw out to second's not in time. And it is an RBI double for Jackson Beiswinger, and that makes the score 5-0. Top of the order now, Matt Bryant, 5 runs on 5 hits for Post 400. Two in the top of the third, 3 in the top of the fourth, and they only have 1 out, and they have another runner in scoring position as the pitch comes outside for a ball. Matt Bryant, 1 for 2, grounded out directly to first, and then he singled into shallow center last time he was at the plate. And now Post 400 as their bats going a little bit here. 5-0 lead in the top of the fourth. Showing bunt, bunts it down the third base line. He might be able to run that one out. Runners are on the corners. It's an infield bunt single for Matt Bryant. Lays a beautiful bunt down the third base line, and the third baseman was not expecting that, so he was not playing up. There was absolutely no chance for them to throw out Bryant at first on that play, and that was a perfectly called play. And now we're going to have a visit on the mound here as the coach for Miles City will come out and have a chat, and we'll see if it's just a chat or if it's more than that. And it does indeed look like it'll be just a chat. So to reset here, we'll have runners on first and third. Jackson Beiswinger on third, Matt Bryant on first with the bunt single. And then Oliver Luck will be the batter. Luck is 0 for 2, flied out to the shortstop his first at bat, reached on a fielder's choice on what could have been a direct ground out to first, but the first baseman, Kachinka, instead of stepping on the bag and throwing up to second, he just threw up to second, thinking there might be a chance to come back to first. And they got the lead runner out instead of a double play. And that's what happened last time Oliver Luck was at bat. So with 1 out here, you potentially look for that double steal threat once again. And we'll see if Luck squares up for a bunt or not. Jacob Hurd taking his time. Now to step off the mound, forcing the runners to touch up on their bases. I might have to start keeping track of pickoff attempts for an official stat. This is probably the most I've seen in any game in recent memory, to be honest with you. 5 runs on 6 hits now. And there's that steal, and the throw up to third. He's safe, and that allows the runner to take second. So now another 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out, and Oliver Luck just needs a base hit to make it 7-0. You got Easton Rarick on deck. He hit the 2-run homer to back in the top of the third to put the Stars on the board to break the goose eggs. We've now crossed the 1 hour mark of the game. 1 hour, 1 minute official time of the game so far. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Oliver Luck. Oliver Luck will swing and miss there. If he had that attempt over again, I'm guessing he wished he would have had it back, because it likely would have been 2-1 instead of 1-2. And now a big pitch here to get that second out for Jacob Herr. We'll see if Luck can battle it off. And that'll be a one-hopper towards second. And the force out, well, they will get the out at second. Byswinger will score on the RBI ground out, advancing Matt Bryant to third, and it's 6-0.
Up to bat, number 2, Easton Rare.
So Luck grounds out, an RBI ground out on a 4-3 at first, scoring Byswinger, advancing Matt Bryant to third, and now brings up Easton Rarick, who hit the 2-run homer to right field last time he was at the plate. Pitches up 1-0. Prior to that, he grounded out. And that one is electrified out into center field. Coming in to score is Matt Bryant, and it is an RBI single for Easton Rarick, and the Stars take a 7-0 lead. 7 runs on 7 hits.
Bat, number 20, Hayden Cressen.
Now Hayden Cressen. Some would say that he's due. Cressen will ask for a pause, and he'll get it. Pitch number 70 here for Jacob Herr, and his team's down 7-0. As the Stars have scored 5 of their 7 here in this top of the 4th inning. 4 of those 5 with 1 out, 1 of the 5 with 2 outs. Cressen ground out and a strikeout. Take the strike here to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. And now the pickoff attempt at first, and Easton Rarick is back. You got to think, out of 100 attempts, they got to get it at least once, but I don't know how many attempts they're up to. They got to be close to 20 now. 1-1. Cressen right to the first baseman. He'll step on the bag. That'll be a force out, and they will leave 1 on base. So Cressen on the direct ground out to first will end the inning, but not before the Stars get 5. 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and they leave 1 on base for a total of 3 in the game. And we'll be back with the top of the 5th after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Bottom of the fourth. 7-0 lead for the Stars. It started with a 2-run homer by Easton Rarick in the top of the third, and then they would blaze in 5 additional runs in the top of the fourth. And now, Jaroszewski and the Stars just need a little bit of defense, and they can cruise out of here with a 17-4 record. This one grounded right towards first, picked up there, and that'll do it for out number 1 as Byswinger will step on the bag, and it's 1 up, 1 down on 2 pitches. Eli Marina, the catcher, steps up to the plate now here for Miles City. And there's a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike now here to Eli Marina. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and the 1-1 pitch. Up high for ball 2. Ball, strike, ball in that order. 1 hour and 7 minutes. And pitch number 50 for Jaroszewski comes in for strike number 2 to make it a 2 balls, 2 strike count on Eli Marina, who's 0 for 1 with a flyout. 32 strikes on 50 pitches for Jaroszewski. Here's pitch 51, up a little bit high, and that's ball 19 on the afternoon, or I should say morning still, although it feels and looks like an afternoon at the moment. Full count, payoff pitch coming up here, and the pitch is going to miss for a ball, and it's going to be a walk. I think that might be the first walk of the game here for Jaroszewski.
The walk brings up number 44, Hayden Cressen.
Kenny Kachenka, the batter now, with a runner on first. Nice block there by Cressen. Ball 1, as that keeps Marina on first. One away here in the bottom of the fourth. For a moment there, I thought we were in the 5th inning. That's because they put 5 up in the 4th, and usually that top number represents the inning number, and I just misread it. So we are indeed in the bottom of the 4th and not the bottom of the 5th. This one is going to be hit right towards Matt Bryant to second, back to first. It's a 4-6-3 double play, and that ends the 4th inning of play. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base as Kachenka grounds out into a 4-6-3 double play. That's second short to first, and that will take care of the 4th inning. Top of the 5th, Stars will see if they can add more to their 7-0 lead when we return after this here on Magnitude.
You may already know that at Close Mentor, you can shop great designer brands without the full designer price, and that you can bring your gently used items into Close Mentor and sell them for cash on the spot. Here's something else you should know. Buying and selling at Close Mentor aids in water preservation, reduces chemical pollution, decreases landfill waste, boosts your local community. That's right, it's resale, and it's better than retail. Be green and kind to the environment by selling your clothing and buying sustainable fashion for yourself.
Magnitude Sports would like to remind you that whether you're watching from home or watching from the stands, to please respect officials. Without high school officials, games are canceled and players lose playing time. Contact your local high school to find out how you can become an official and stay connected to the game you love.
7 runs on 7 hits on 2 Outlaws errors. And the Stars have left only 3 on base here, 1 hour and 11 minutes into the ball game. Jacob Herr will remain on the mound. He'll toss pitch 73 to batters 5, 6, and 7 Chayton Sen, Drew Rarick, Caden Graff. Looks like we will have nope, that's right. Chayton Sen and Drew Rarick and Caden Graff will be the 3 batters that we'll see for sure this inning. Wasn't sure if they were going to make a pitching change or not. Doesn't look like they have. Gets a few more warm-ups than he normally would between innings, but it's still the same jersey number according to my my book here. So we're ready to go in the top of the 5th. 7-0 lead. Now, once again, if the Stars can score 3 to make it at least 10, and then hold them scoreless in the bottom of the 5th, that would be the end of the game via the 10-run rule in 5. So keep that in mind. But the Stars still need 3 more runs to make that happen. And a strike, 1-1. Chayton Sen hit by a pitch. Reach base on an error. And that one's bombed to center field. And nice grab there by Petrov for out number 1. So with the fly out by Sen brings up Drew Rarick.
Number 10, Drew Rarick.
Pitch a little high for a ball. 1-0 here to Drew Rarick. Moves Caden Graff into the on-deck circle. Eli Mox right behind him if we can get that far into the lineup. And that one's going to be popped up. Shallow right. And the catch is made for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here for the Stars in the top of the 5th. As Rarick will fly out to right field. Caden Graff steps up to the plate now. He's 1 for 2. Infield single deep on the shortstop position that he run out on the infield throw, and then he reached base on an error last time he was at the plate. And this one is drilled into right center field. It finds the gap, and it might roll all the way to the wall, and it does. Caden Graff into second. He will put on the gas pedal and head into third, and they are going to hold him there. Third base coach was waving for a moment, but it is a triple for Caden Graff to the wall in right center.
And it brings up number 15, Eli Mock.
Eli Mock, 1 for 2, fly out to right center. And then he doubled to the sponsor sign on the outfield fence, came about maybe 2 feet shy of being an elevated home run. This one bombed out to left field, and if they can make the catch, they cannot. And coming in to score is Caden Graff. That'll be an error on the outfielder.
Up the bat, number 13, Jackson Kiesler.
Caden Graff scores on the error. Eli Mott gets to first on the error. And it is not a hit. It's an error. Now the coach is going to come out. I have a feeling this might do it here for Jacob Herr. We're going to reverse the error and give him a hit because they charged it as a hit. And as I looked at the replay just now, it kind of went over Fenner's head in left field. So it wasn't necessarily an error. I thought he was directly underneath it and didn't make the catch. If that would have been the case, then it would have been charged as an error. So we'll undo that, and we'll give Eli Mott credit for an RBI single instead. And now we have a new pitcher on the mound. So Jacob Herr's day is done. 79 pitches. 56 strikes and 23 balls, pitches 5 2/3 innings. And now coming onto the mound here is Chandler Smith, coming in on the mound from the second base position. And that means we'll have a new second baseman. We'll find out who that is after we take this break right here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. The Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota is the place for you and your friends to come and enjoy cold drinks, great food, and sports all under a friendly and fun atmosphere. Whether it's the Vikings, Twins, Wild, NDSU Bison, or one of your favorite teams, watch all the games at the Knickerbocker. Open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., and Sunday, 12 noon to 2 a.m. You can find the Knickerbocker at 412 Main Avenue in Hickson, just a 10-minute drive south of Fargo. Take University Drive, head south until you arrive. All right, still trying to figure out who the second baseman is. It looked like it was number 54, but I don't have a number 54 on my roster. One ball, no strike, and now the runner takes off and he steals second. I forgot we had a runner on, so apologize for the camera view on that one. One ball, one strike to Jackson Beiswinger, 1 for 2, fly out, and then he doubled down the left field line. And that double was good for, I believe, for a 2-run RBI double in the top of the 4th, if I remember correctly. 2 balls and 2 strikes now here to Jackson Beiswinger with Eli Mock on second. With 2 outs, and we'll see if Chandler Smith can take care of business. Not on that pitch. It'll be a full count, 3-2. So expect Eli Mock to possibly take off here for third, possibly. As Smith will glance hard at second and deliver ball 4 to Beiswinger, and that puts runners on first and second. Now bring up the top of the order once again, Matt Bryant. Grounded out directly to first, then he singled to center field, and then his last time up, he laid a beautiful bunt down the third base line. And now you can see the third baseman playing up just a little bit closer than he was on that last time Matt Bryant was up to bat. Strike 1 to Matt Bryant, 0-1 the count now. Once again, runners on first and second. Eli Mock on second, Jackson Beiswinger on first with 2 away. Here's the 0-1 pitch. The throw back up to first, and now there's going to be a rundown here between first and second. And the runner will get to third, and they might not have a chance to tag him out. And the run scores, and now a wild throw to second, and somehow the ball goes into right field. He's going to round third. He's going to come home. 2 runs are going to score on the play. How about that? Holy smokes. That's called everything going right for the Stars and everything going wrong for Miles City. There was at least 3 or 4 opportunities there where Beiswinger should have maybe gotten tagged out on that rundown between first and second, but he was able to go back and forth, allowing his teammate Eli Mock to get from second to third to home to score to make it 8-0. Let's see here. And this one's hit into left center field, and that'll be good for a single for Matt Bryant.
And then it brings up number 3, Oliver Locke.
That brings up Oliver Locke. It makes it 10-0 now with the single by Matt Bryant as 2 runs come in to score. And, well, we talked about it. 10-run rule is now in effect. If Miles City does not score a run in the bottom of the 5th, assuming that the Stars don't score any additional runs here in the top of the 5th, then the game would come to a conclusion after that. In all my years of calling baseball and softball, I don't think I've seen a play like that one, and it worked out in the Stars' favor, for sure. That one's popped up, fouled away, directly behind home plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Locke 0 for 3, fly out, reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out. Pickoff attempt at first, back in time is Matt Bryant. On deck is Easton Rarick, who hit the 2-run homer back in the top of the 3rd to get the scoring started here for the Post 400 Stars. But there is 2 away, so that means Oliver Luck will have to reach base. Fouls this one into left field and out of play. It will remain 0-2. Runs on 10 hits and 2 errors. I have them for 3. They have them for 2. Let me check my other scoreboard. Yeah, my other scoreboard has them for 3 as well. So I'm not sure who's off, if I'm off or they're off, but I'll stick with our 3 errors. And a strikeout. So they'll strand 1 on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th, and the Miles City Outlaws will need at least 1 run. Otherwise, this game will be final. We'll see if the Stars can get 3 more outs when we return after the break here on Magnitude Sports. We'll be right back. All right, Jake Jaroszewski will try and finish this one out. He's on 54 pitches right now, so pitch 55 will be his first here in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 10-0 lead for the Stars, and the scoring all started with a 2-run homer by Easton Rarick, and they have just poured it on since then. The Outlaws, they need to score at least 1 run here in this inning, otherwise the game will be over. If they score a run, they'll force the 6th inning of play. Swing and a miss, and that is the loudest swing and a miss that I've heard through my echoing microphones out in the field there. 2 balls and a strike now. Jaroszewski, 57 pitches, approaching 60. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Strike, ball, ball, strike in that order. 1 hour and 25 minutes, time of the game so far. Game got started, I believe, at 8:53 this morning. A scheduled 9 o'clock game, but probably trying to get ahead of schedule here, get the games moving right along, and I'm sure a 5-inning game is certainly beneficial to that. This one's going out to center field. Oliver Luck is there for the catch.
The flag brings up number 4, Aaron Fenner.
One up, one down as Alex Herr flies out to Oliver Locke in center.
Correction, number 8, Ben Bryce.
And now instead of Aaron Fenner, it will be Ben Bryce who takes, so number 8 will take over the number 8 spot in the batting lineup here for Miles City. First pitch is low for a ball, 1-0 to Ben Bryce. On 60 pitches now, Jaroszewski, 24 balls and 36 strikes. 1 hour, 27 minutes into the ball game. Ball 2 now here to Ben Bryce. 1 away, no runners on, and Miles City down to their final 2 outs potentially here, unless they can get a run before those 2 outs occur. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. And he got him, a strikeout. And that's out number 2.
The strikeout brings up number 22, Damon Petrov.
Damon Petrov, 0 for 1, struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. One ball, 1 strike. Make it 1 ball, 2 strikes to Damon Petrov. 2 away, and Jaroszewski, can he finish it off in 68 pitches? We'll find out. And he can. It is a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout that ends the game. And your final score, the Post 400 Stars 10 and the Miles City Outlaws 0. You're kind of wondering after those first 2 innings if this game was going to end up in a 10-inning game like it was the other day. But Easton Rarick took care of that with a 2-run homer to right field in the top of the 3rd. Stars pour on 5 more, and they get a fantastic 3-run play on a rundown between 1st and 2nd where the guy, where Byswinger nearly got tagged out on 3 or 4 occasions, and somehow he was able to evade all the tag outs, allow 2 of his teammates to score, and then an aired throw out into left field would allow Byswinger to score, and that would be the 3rd run in the top of the 5th to make the score 10-0, and one of the more peculiar plays that I've had an opportunity to call here on Magnitude Sports over this time. Let's take a look at our upcoming schedule here, show you what's coming up here for the Stars here on Magnitude Sports. As we pull up that schedule, you can see that tomorrow they'll have a game right back here against Bellevue East, a team from Nebraska. The first pitch for that one at 2 o'clock Mountain Time, and then it'll be a Saturday, 12:30 Mountain Time against Cheyenne. And Cheyenne out of Wyoming, taking they're the team that has made the most appearances on Magnitude Sports, not from North Dakota or Minnesota. So we're certainly looking forward to that. It's always fun to see them play. And then Eric Tiansen will be back in Fargo with our coverage of Dakota Fusion Soccer on Saturday night as they take on Joy St. Louis Park Athletic Club. And that'll be a 7 o'clock kick from Jim Goda Stadium in Moorhead. And then the Breckenridge graduation on Sunday will be on Magnitude. And then we may have a game for the Post 400 Stars on Sunday, too, depending on how they do tomorrow against Bellevue and then Saturday against Cheyenne. So we'll have to wait and see about Sunday's game for the Stars. The Astros back home on June 6th take on Devils Lake from Starry Bank Field in Fargo. And then the Post 400 Stars move on to the official start of their summer schedule. They'll end the spring training portion of the schedule after the after the Veterans Classic tournament here in Rapid City, and then they'll kick off the summer portion of their schedule at Jack Brown Stadium in Jamestown, taking on the Jamestown Post 14 Eagles. And then more NPSL soccer for you. The Dakota Fusion take on Sioux Falls Thunder on Wednesday, June 8th, and then the Stars will be up in Grand Forks along with myself, and we'll have that doubleheader for you from Kraft Field up in Grand Forks as well. You can check out the rest of that schedule if you go to our website, magnitudesn.com, and that is, you can dig deeper and see what's coming up here for our broadcast here on Magnitude Sports. I want to thank our sponsors once again, including mortgage lender Sean Carlson and Town and Country Credit Union, Close Mentor, Sinorama of Fargo, Goldmark Commercial Real Estate, Gotta Go Driving School, Jeff Weber, Custom Express Car Wash, Runnings, Touchmark, Knickerbocker, also Starion Bank, and Buffalo Wild Wings for sponsoring the strikeouts and Eastern Merrick's 2-run homer to right field in the top of the 3rd inning. That will do it for today's broadcast. We'll talk to you again at 2 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Have a great night, or great afternoon, or a great rest of the morning, then an afternoon, then a night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Seating has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and visit our website at magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.